if you want to move to Ireland without a sponsorship from any employer, if you want to move to Ireland with your family, if you want to move to Ireland within 3 months, then you should definitely, watch this particular video, because I have a couple of things. I have a lot of things I'm about to spill out to you. But before I do that, please hit the subscribe button, and also please hit the like button down below, then we can get on it. I'm waiting for you, please. 2 seconds. Just hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and then hit the like button. Are you done? Okay, good. Let's begin. So hi guys, my name is Ria and I'm a lifestyle and immigration content creator living in Dublin, Ireland. If this is your first time seeing my very chubby face, you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, what's up G? How are you doing? Thank you for coming back again. So in today's video, I'm gonna be bringing to you like a lot of good news, to be very honest. Very exciting news that people have been asking. I've been getting quite a good number of questions really, about moving to Ireland without having to move via the education means. You want to move with your family. Oh, can I bring my family with me? Would Ireland allow me to bring dependents? A lot of all of those questions. And trust me, I'm actually here to actually tell you that yes, you can actually move to Ireland with your family. You can actually move to Ireland without a sponsorship, and you can also actually move to Ireland within 3 months. Okay, so to answer all of these questions I have just listed here, the answer is actually the critical skills employment permit in Ireland. After the COVID, most countries are actually having shortage in highly skilled individuals for some certain kind of job roles, right? And Ireland is one of those countries. The critical skills employment permit, you could say, is to encourage highly skilled individuals get jobs in Ireland with the aim of becoming permanent residents in the country. There are a couple of occupations that I'll be listing here and informing everyone about. If you have any of the occupations that I'm going to be talking about in a minute, then you should definitely hurry and apply to Ireland. There are a couple of them that I also wouldn't be listing here because the list is quite long, so I'm going to be leaving the link to the full list in my description box. You should definitely check that out. So I have my phone here, so I'm just going to be reading out from my phone. So occupations include nurses, doctors, site managers, IT directors, civil engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, IT business analytics, programmers, web design professionals, pharmacists, dietitians, medical practitioners, researchers, physiotherapists, occupational physiotherapists, social workers, quality control and planning engineers, environmental health professionals, and so on. Like, we have a good number of them. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to be listing everything here, so I'm going to be leaving the link down in my description box. You should definitely check it out. So most jobs actually require you to get a sponsorship in Ireland, not just in Ireland but every other country. But in Ireland, let me speak for Ireland, most jobs actually do require you to get a sponsorship to actually live and work here, in Ireland. But for the critical skills employment permit, believe me when I say you don't actually need a sponsorship for that. You don't actually need it. You can actually do sponsor yourself. I'm going to be talking about how much you actually do need to sponsor yourself in a minute, but I'm going to be telling you also about the advantages of a critical skills employment permit as opposed to the general employment permit. So the very first one, with a critical skills employment permit, is mostly a 2 years contract, and then after your 2 years contract, like after 21 months, you can now officially apply for a stamp 4, which is more or less like a permanent residence here in Ireland. So upon completion of your 2 years under the critical skills employment permit, you can apply to the government, rather to the Irish government, to reside in Ireland full-time permanent, which is now the stamp 4. Critical skills employment permit allows you to do that in under 2 years, as opposed to general employment permit, which I think like is a longer route for you to follow, right? The second advantage in applying for a critical skills employment permit is the fact that you don't actually do need a labor market test, right? Unlike the general employment permit, you actually do need to show the government or the gather officials that are going to go through your application that this particular role is quite serious, and we actually searched and searched and searched for a particular person, and that you fit that particular role. Like, there was no other person more competent, highly skilled for that particular role. So people that are applying under the general employment permit always have to do like a labor market test. It's more like an advertisement of these jobs on LinkedIn, Indeed, website, even newspapers. But with the critical skills employment permit, you don't need to certify that that role is actually important or that role is actually skilled enough. As long as you're applying under the critical skills employment permit, you're good to go. So that saves you money. Although most times with general employment permit, it's mostly the employers that would pay for that, and the fee is about 250 euros to be able to do like the advertisement across like these 3 platforms that I have just mentioned. And then the other advantage that I have with critical skills employment permit is that you can settle and move with your family. I know that this is going to be good news for a lot of people, because I get a question from people like, oh, can I move to Ireland with my family? And I'm here to tell you that yes, you can actually move to Ireland, you know, with your family under the critical skills employment permit. Isn't that really exciting at this point? That's like really, really good. And then moving on to, you know, the amounts that you do need to use to apply for a critical skills employment permit. You're going to be, you know, sponsoring yourself. It will be 1,000 euros. Yes, 1,000 euros is the current fee that you need to use to be able to apply for a critical skills employment permit. Most times the employer has to, you know, apply for you and then they pay that particular fee. But if you're going to be doing it by yourself, then you're going to be paying 1,000 euros. So now the next step, so let's say you've gotten the job, you've applied for your employment permit and you've gotten it, it's been approved. The next step is that you actually do need to apply for your Irish resident permit. So I've come to realize that, you know, the employment permit is very well different from the, you know, Irish resident permit. Okay, and with that one, you're going to be applying straight to the Ghana officials, which is the Ghana National Immigration Bureau, GNI, and you're also going to be paying an extra 300 euros for the card. So the 1,000 is just for the employment permit, and then 300 euros is for you to get like the card that states that your stay is valid from this date to this particular date. So now let's move on to the eligibility requirement that you need in order for you to actually say, oh, I'm eligible to apply for a critical skills. I'm going to try my luck and it's going to work and I'm going to be moving here with my family. The first one would be that the job must offer you a salary band of nothing less than 32,000 euros. I think some people are saying 33,000 euros. I'm not sure of that, but I would say 32,000 euros is the least you can use to apply per annum. Actually, it's the least that you can use to apply for a critical skills employment permit. Second eligibility requirement, you need to get a job that is under the critical skills permit. Of course, you can't get a normal job. You can't get a job that is not highly skilled, and even if they are paying you 32,000 euros or even if they are paying you 35,000 euros, as long as that job is not under the highly skilled jobs that is needed in Ireland, you very well should just apply under general employment permit because it's not, you know, a highly skilled one. The third eligibility requirement I'm going to be talking about is that your degree actually matters. With the roles that I've even mentioned, those roles, you can even hear that those jobs, or they're very career specific. Do you understand what I mean? So for example, medical practitioner or doctors or nurses, you have to have some sort of degree, maybe a diploma, maybe a bachelor's, maybe a master's in a particular, you know, field. For example, I can't say that I'm a nurse when I went to school and I read microbiology. Do you understand what I mean? So if you're going to be calling yourself a nurse, you must have read it either as a diploma or a bachelor's degree, and you should have done like the proposed or the supposed nursing exams that, you know, makes you certified to say that, oh yeah, I'm now a nurse. Do you understand? I'll leave the link, like I said, in my description box below and see, you know, if your role is part of the roles that is needed. Now, another thing with the critical skills employment permit, okay, the employment contract should be at least 2 years. Most times they always say at least 2 years. They can give you 3 years, they can give you 4 years, they can give you 10 years if they wish, but at least 2 years. That should be like the employment contract that you're going to be submitting if you're going to be applying under the critical skills employment permit. And another thing about the critical skills employment permit is that you must be directly, you know, employed by an employer, not, you know, via a recruitment agency. You know how like with other like maybe care jobs, healthcare assistants, maybe normal jobs that are not really like career specific, like very grounded like this, you can actually get them through a, you know, a recruitment agency, and that agency can actually, you know, speak to the employer. They'll go back and forth, file for you, and then you come here. But with critical skills employment permits, there is no middleman. It has to be directly from an employer, right? I'm also going to be leaving the links and websites of, you know, where I think you can find this kind of jobs down in my description box. Now moving on to the processing times for this particular critical skills employment permit. For critical skills, it's quite start for you get your, you know, your employment permit compared to general employment permits, okay? But I would say that give it nothing less than 6 weeks, right? So let's say we're going to be looking for the job and applying an interview and all of that. Let's allocate about a month or like 6 weeks to the whole process. I also say to give at least 6 weeks for your, you know, employment permit to be approved, which is a total of 12 weeks. That's why I'm saying that you can actually come to Ireland in just 3 months. Sometimes, you know, it could be faster. You could get your employment permit approved in a month. Some people in like 5 weeks, some people even in 8 weeks. They could get up to 12 weeks. Like, I'm gonna put it out there that it also depends on the number of applications received, you know, at the embassy at the time of your application, right? So if we have a lot of people applying for the same thing, of course it's gonna take like, you know, slower process. But if you have like few applications at the time that you had submitted and everything is just going fast, like I mean, then you'll be lucky to probably get your approval in like 4 weeks, in like 6 weeks. So that's pretty much it for this video. That's really everything that I'm gonna say about the critical skills employment permit. So with the critical skills employment permit, just a brief overview, you can actually move here with your family, you can come to Ireland in 3 months, and you can come here without having to get sponsorship directly from an employer. If you have any of the occasion that is being requested for and you're grounded and you have experience, you have the degree, everything is right, please check my description box below for the website, the links and everything I'm going to be leaving there, and you should definitely start your process today. Don't wait any second more. Please don't forget to give this video a very huge thumbs up. Please click on the like button, I beg you. And please, YouTube has somehow told me that the people that are watching my videos, I have about 70% of people or even 90% of people that are not subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, my loves, and then please don't forget to give this video a very huge thumbs up. If you have any questions, please don't forget to leave it down in the description box below. My name is Ria and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Ciao ciao.